Hey guys, we are now ready to sew on the zip. So listen carefully because there are two ways of putting your zip on. So here I have my lovely fabric, my love fabric that I've made. I like it. So there are a couple of ways. Here's my zip. I can literally, what I would do, put my zip right in the middle here. Because if you imagine, once I turn this around, this is going to be the bottom. Okay, so I'll end up sewing this together. Okay, my zip will open from the top. Okay, so it depends on how you've fused your fabric. So if I sew my zip, I would be zigzagging it. Might go pin. Okay, so if I zigzag stitch here, oops, and here, okay, my zip will then be able to open and I'll cut open the center. That will be the top of my pencil case, and then also all the way around the edges. Okay, now that's going to pose a problem for me because my love will end up being upside down. So I'm going to do it a different way. That might work for you that way though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my fabric in half. Okay, and I'm going to cut down, make sure I've got the crease mark right. Not to be accurate. Okay, so I've cut mine into two pieces now. That means I can even have a stripy background. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm going to do now though is I'm going to attach my zip. So put my two bits of fabric together where I want my zip to be. But I'm going to already have it cut in the center. This way I could maneuver. Oh, you can't really see that, can you? I can maneuver what I want to be my front and back and so on. Actually, okay, so I've decided that, yes, I want that to be the front and I want the stripes to be the back of my pencil case rather than the bed, bath and table. So it's pretty cool that I had that option. I've just pinned my zip on, just as you can see. Okay, so if we have a look once I go to open it, okay, that's all okay. So I'll end up turning it inside out like that and then stitching around the edges, okay, because I don't want to see the seams on my pencil case. Okay, so this is ready to be sewn now. I'm just going to zip that back up. We need to get your machine ready. So hopefully you've all threaded your machine correctly. Okay, you've got your bobbin inside. Check the machine settings. In here it says stitch length 2 and width 3. So stitch length 2, width 3. And I've already done a little trial run to make sure my machine's threaded properly. So we're actually going to do a zigzag stitch on the fabric, off, on, off, on, off. Remember to reverse at the front and back. Sorry, start and end. Turn the needle in. Okay, off we go. It is quite a small zigzag stitch, so go nice and slowly. Okay, now I'm coming to end of the second zipper side. We are just using a normal zipper, normal foot. When sewing a zip, usually we'll use a zipper foot, and it's a lot thinner, so it allows you to get really close to the edge of the zip. But for this activity, we don't need to do that. Voila. Lovely, that works. So the next step is I want to trim that excess bit, not too close, but just trim it a little bit because I don't want it to get caught in my zip. Okay, so I'm just going to do that by gently trimming, just like that, still using fabric scissors all the way across. And same on this other side, trimming some bits. Make sure you don't get the zip there. Careful. Might want a partner to help you hold your fabric. That's better. Lovely. Cool. Okay, so now we are going to turn our fabric to the right sides. Remember, the right sides are facing each other. I can probably do up my zip again now as well. Want my right, oh sorry, yeah. No, I want my zip undone, so I want to be able to turn it inside out. So my right side's facing because now we're going to do the seam around the edge. Okay, so we are going to pin the edges. Don't need too many pins. Make sure it stays even. Okay, now you also want to make sure that you do come in close enough. So if I only measure in 1 centimetre from the edge here, I'm going to have all this open bit. Okay, so sometimes I need to trim this in a little closer before I roll in my 1 centimetre seam allowance. So I'm actually just going to take the pins out and fix. Oops. So I've just trimmed the sides in a little bit closer. I can re-put a pin in there now just to hold it in position. Probably only need one on each side because the fabric's very stiff. Okay. Now just using my pen and ruler, let's roll in the 1 centimetre seam allowance. So just from the edge, find 1 centimetre and put a mark at the 0. Remember from your Year 8 boxer shorts, this is just to do a really nice, neat stitching line on. I'm going to make sure they're all even. My seams. And one more. Okay, so now that I have ruled in my 1 centimeter seam allowance, I'm going to straight stitch. And we're going to turn the corner with the needle in there, so I will show you how to do that. Okay, so I do need to turn my width to 0, and I'm going to turn my length up to 3. Okay, so presser foot goes down just underneath the middle bit of the zipper. Off I go, reverse. Okay, and remember the indent of your presser foot is tracing that line. Now as I get closer, if you're worried you're not going to get right into the corner, you can use your hand wheel. There we go. Lift up the presser foot and turn around the corner. Now this is quite thick, so your machine will find it a bit of a struggle. So go nice and slow. One more, I reckon. Yep, perfect. Turn around. Close to the end as you can go. That looks like about it. And then reverse. Okay, trim those cottons off. Awesome. Okay, so that's done, but there's one more step. If you look at your instruction sheet, it then says to zigzag to needle the edges. So I'm going to turn that back to 3 and zigzag around. Okay, I'm coming to the end, so I'm just going to reverse because I reverse at the start and the end. And I just went around the corners as I did with the straight stitch. Lovely. So my zigzag stitch is done. Now I'm just going to trim the corner off. It'll be easier for me to fold the bag out, and make sure you don't actually cut the corner off. You don't want a hole. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my pencil case inside out. It's a little bit tricky because it's quite stiff. Okay, now I'm getting there. Was a bit of an effort, but you just got to poke. Don't destroy it, but you might even want to get a pen or a pencil. Get your finger in there just to get into those corners the best you can. Looking good so far. I'm really excited about this. I think it was really funky. Okay, now my zip. Just got to get him out of there. There we go. I just want to poke that out a bit. Not too much. Look at this. This is cool. Trim the threads, turn the right way. Hand it up for marking. Yay! See you in school.